Hi, welcome to The Pursuit of Truth. It's the 29th of June 2018. I needed to record this because I'm about to explode. So all about this passport issue. And I know you may think, well, what's this got to do with the pursuit of truth? Well, I think it does, because it just shows you when you walk up against a wall, you see the wall there. But if you never walk up against it, you won't realise that the wall is there. So I'm sure lots of you walked up to this wall and noticed that it's there, and it's just driving me crazy. So now, so I emailed, because they won't pick up their phone, the South African High Commission, or Embassy, whatever their name is, I think it's High Commission, to ask about name change, because in the UK you can do a deed poll, isn't it? So I wasn't sure, would they accept that, to change my daughter's South African passport so she can then change her British passport and they can have the same name on there for this ticket. And so the response I actually got a response back, so I must say kudos to that they actually did, I hate that word, that they did respond. But the response is that, that they don't accept the deed poll, which I expected. So they have their own form. Yeah, well, okay, that's fine. Their own form, personal amendment, and that takes in excess, it says, they use the word in excess of 6 months before it's approved. Oh my goodness, I'm thinking, how can it take 6 months to just do a name change? In this country, well, you could go online, get a pack, go to the solicitor, notify it, I don't know, maybe you can even write it yourself and go notify it. I mean, it's a week. How can something in one country take a week and in another country take in excess of 6 months? So there's no way now we can change the passport name. So I think we're going to end up having to buy a new ticket, which is, I mean, the absurdity of that. I have actually found an email for Virgin, so I've emailed them, because Travel Unravel, as expected, is now over 72, must be over 50, 60 hours. They said 24 to 48 hours. That's passed. They haven't got back to us. Probably waiting for us to ring. And I don't know what kind of customer service that's meant to be. Or maybe they are doing it. I don't know. But so we'll see what Virgin come back. But to think that I'll have to cancel that seat, and then they'll probably tell me, oh no, there's no seats on that plane anymore. Wait a minute, I'm just cancelling it. Yeah, but we can't guarantee you'll get that one. I know that's going to be the response I'm going to get. And then I'll have to. So I would have paid, I don't know how much it is, to that seat, and I don't know who's going to swallow that money, and then I'll have to pay again for the same seat just because of a name change. Come on, this defies common sense. I understand they have a policy because well, I don't really understand, to be honest. Like, their policy is because I think they're thinking that you're going to give the ticket to someone else. Maybe it's to stop ticket touting, like you get sites that sell concert tickets and make more money out of it. Okay, maybe I understand it from that point of view. But this is the same individual. They have the same first name, they have the same middle name. Come on, this isn't. This I shouldn't be paying for. Did I pay for her or did I pay for the seat? I paid for the seat, isn't it? That's what I'm paying for. When you fly, you pay for the seat. So, really, who I want to give the seat to, it should be up to me, isn't it? But at least it's the same person. But no, that's their rules. Now, the other thing I asked them about is because I found it on the High Commission website in the UK, from South Africa, that, I don't know if I already mentioned this, that South Africans have, if they're dual citizens, which my wife and my daughter now are, they're both South African and British, British passport will allow you into South Africa for 3 months. No question, no visa. So, but the thing is, and lucky I found this out, is that if you're a South African citizen, you have to use your South African passport. And so on their website it's very confusing to whether you would, it says you shouldn't be refused. So I wanted to clarify that. They did come back to me and says, yes, South African citizen, they have to use their South African passport, otherwise they may be fined, but they shouldn't, what was it? It didn't say probably, they will not, or something like that, be refused. So they're not meant to refuse them, but they can be fined. And it uses the word fined for this offence. Wait a minute, what's the offence? What is the offence here? If you've got a British passport and you've got a South African passport, you were born in South Africa, but you're now got a British passport. With a British passport, the whole point of this checking at a passport is to see that you've got a valid passport, no? It's not where you came from, is it? I mean, it's a form of racism. You see, the thing is they wouldn't, like, if my wife, because she looks South African, she's black, and she walked up, yeah, with a British passport, they're going to say, are you South African? But if you're a white Afrikaans, because you could look just like me, a British person, I bet they don't ask you, if you have your British passport, they're not going to say, are you South African? Because they won't know. So it's a form of racism against their own people. How stupid is that? And to show that, my wife phoned her South African friend who had an Irish passport, which is the same as a British passport, gives you the same access. She went, not knowing, with her Irish passport, and they wanted to refuse her. And she had to argue, and they had to phone. And listen to this, how stupid this is, yeah? She's a black South African, and she has an Irish passport, and they phoned the Irish consulate to verify her. I mean, how stupid is that? What does that mean? The passport was genuine. So if she'd been a white person, or an Irish person, or a white South African, they wouldn't have known. She would have just passed through. What's the difference? The fact is, the passport is the deal that we've made that gains you access. Why is it they're saying, oh no, because you were born there, you have to use that one? What, are you owned by them? They want to track you? What the fuck? I mean, come on. I'm not owned by anyone. Why should I should be able to use? As long as it's legal, as long as it's a real passport, what does it matter to them anyway, which passport you're using? But they wanted to refuse her. She had to argue and beg to get into her own country. Now, I know that may be jobs worse, because according to the High Commission, they're not meant to refuse them. They're only going to give them a fine for the offence. The offence of what? The offence of legally being allowed to enter a country through your passport. It's not an offence, is it? There is no offence done, because what I mean is, like, if I'm standing, because now my wife and I will have to be in different queues, because she'll have to go through the South African queue, I'll have to go through the British queue. We've now got children, they're born here, and they'll be with me, and this is another form of racism, because if they were with their mother, they want to see the birth certificate, because that's a new law they've got now, but they won't question it. But if they're with me, they're going to say, where's the mother? And then they're going to need a letter to say that and I'll have to say, yeah, she's over there in the queue, and then I'll know I'm going to have to wait to her to come over and to verify them. But I know when she went with her daughter, they never asked her, where's the father? And she was when my daughter was under 18, she was 13, they never asked, where's the father? But I'm pretty sure that when I walk with the children, they will ask me, where is the mother? As if I'm smuggling my own children, even though we've all got the same surname. I've got the passports, I've got the birth certificates. I bet they won't let me through until they talk to her. This is becoming such a hassle, dual citizenship, and like, what if they then say, oh, these children, their mother is South African, these are our children as well, they're South African citizens. No, they're not South African citizens because they don't have a passport, they don't have a birth certificate, they were born here. They're whatever I choose them to be, and whatever they choose themselves to be. I'm fed up with it. If I could renounce all my citizenship, then I would do that. But the problem is, then you couldn't go anywhere. But you see how stupid it is, yeah? Oh well, it continues. But it just shows you that being part of this insane world, I understand why Dow, on Beyond the Imaginary Curve, where he talks about anarchy, redefining the proper term of it. And yeah, I understand it, because when you get up keep hitting your head against these stupid walls that don't make any sense. Come on, what I've said, it makes no sense, does it? It's a form of, no, I was going to say racism. It's not a form of racism. It's a form of stupidity. To think my wife's friend, she's a South African, and she was being refused by South Africans to enter her own country because she had the audacity to have dual citizenship and take an Irish passport, not knowing that she had to only go through that other passport, despite it not being if it had been a white person, they wouldn't have known. Talk about alienate. I mean, it just is beyond belief. I've emailed back the High Commission to ask them politely why a South African can't use their dual nationality. And I know they're not going to like me asking why. What do you mean why? How dare you ask why? They're probably just going to ignore it, or I don't know what answer they're going to come back, but it'll probably just be something like, yeah, because they have to, because they're our citizens. No, I'm not yours. I'm me. I'm mine. Take care. Take it easy. God bless and peace.